Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Gemma. I am a criminologist, I'm an advanced occultist, and a mother of two. And this one I want to talk about how we can understand aspects of evolution through the Kabbalah process, but regarding your twin or your soulmate, or your other half, or somebody you might work with. It can go with just interactions and relationships as a whole. But as you go rise and higher, you'll find that you might meet somebody who can come with you, type thing. Okay? So on this one, I'm going to use analogies of music. I'm going to understand the definitions of Beyonce. And I love her music, I love her work. She is strong and devoted. She's a Virgo. And these are really strong placements. I have South Node Virgo, so it's almost like observing her can just help me understand certain things and what her work has sort of contributed to the world as understanding it through occult topics, and just also understanding Kabbalic streams as well. It's not to be scared of, because a lot of people can speculate and delve into aspects of mystery through this and just really not understand why or what is going on. So I'm going to talk about a few songs that she's made, and I'm also going to relate it back to personal experiences, how we can understand our own experiences rising with a feminine and masculine energy current. Here goes. So I just like to say that I'm not saying this as hers, like her true definition of her story. I might say things that are different, and she might confer it to be different. Obviously, it's her own experience, but as an observational perspective, understanding and bringing that together as song, and also understand it from my own perspective as well. Okay, so this is how it's going to go down. So the first song is, actually I want to do another one, but I want to do this one. All my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies. Right, so this one is really interesting because it's almost like she's coming out of herself, out of her shell, right? She is looking for a man. Put your hands up, uh-oh. And she's like, what else does she say? She talks about rising, because she's saying put your hands up. Okay, and what is she saying when she says put your hands up? Uh-oh. She wants to get married. She wants this. This is what she wants. She's calling for it. So she's defining this side of the tree. This side of the tree, which is the feminine archetypal energy. And it's about rising through that understanding that she's stepping out of her emotions. She's understood her emotions and she's stepping out, understanding what she wants as an aspect of what she can achieve for a masculine energy and pushing it towards her. Oh, my single ladies. And she stands up. She goes, uh-oh. So she's like saying it. She's doing it. She's acting. She's doing. I know what I want. And then she's pushing it out. She's rising. What does she want? Right? So she's saying what she wants. This is like a feminine archetypal energy. Everyone loves that song. I know. I was dancing to it at my workplace on the bar. I don't think there's any picture evidence of that anymore because I shouldn't have done it. And he was mad at me for it. But we was all dancing on that bar. I think it was is it called the Red Bowl or something? Super Bowl. That's it. And we was obviously watching it there, supervised, but we was all like dancing on the bars and stuff. Sorry, boss. Anyway, so we was enjoying our moment and aspiration of this. But how I can understand this is like you've moved from an aspect of the moon and you rise into that splendour. This is what you want. You've acquired this. You know what you want. I know what I want. I do know what I want. And then you dance into it. You're releasing against that judgment of like whatever that might have been holding you back to rise, to want this. So this is kind of like almost like where she was showing her own judgment, her own strength. This is what she wants. And it was just almost like she'd already hit this and gone back down again. So no, that's what she wanted. Right? I like that song. I love it. I think there's another one I'm going to say, and it's like irreplaceable. Like, but in our country, it's replaceable. So you're replaceable. And my boss used to say it all the time. Don't be good, be better. Like, this was one of the things he used to say. I didn't like it. I used certain feelings. It was like irreplaceable type thing, and this is another thing that came through. Like my understanding when I want to delve into these topics is that you're replaceable, and we can get rid of you, and then create our own tree, and it's mine, and it's not yours. It's just mine. So I like how Beyonce did this because she was showing an assertive dominant in her feminine archetypal energy as an Asherah. I know I do. Okay? So she was almost like she was displaying that for the man to understand that's her position, and you have to know this. Otherwise we can't do this. And this is one of the things that I liked about her as well, because she showed her dominance as a feminine archetypal energy. And it shines through her work. And she's a Virgo sun, and so that's conjunct my South Node. So I really like that because it's almost like a cushion. Okay? And I learnt this through music. So let's get into like learning things through music or like as an archetypal energy. So Beyonce is an archetypal energy to me. You know, I grew up listening to her. So for example, I didn't have when I dispersed from my family home, I didn't have much feminine archetypal energy who was influencing me. So it's easy to sort of come by saying, listening to music, listening to sort of things that can relate to you, or, you know, certain definitions can all relate to you, understanding archetypal energies. So like, I don't know, I never really had this before, like I left the family home, for example. When I did, like, you connect with different music or different philosophies in life or different underpinnings to understand, to bring them energies back to us as a reminder. So this is like this energy, an understanding, a nurturing aspect, okay, to bridge a gap, okay, to wisdom. So I didn't know that because I was still down here, okay, I was still here, but I didn't know what I was doing as I was down there. But it's higher understanding, it's higher learning, it's higher position that we can take. We might not understand what's going on yet because it's very unconscious, it's very understanding, but it's almost like when you reach it, you understand it, right? So, this is how you can bridge a gap within parents. If you don't have a parent, or if you don't have an archetypal energy as a peer, you can look up to different energies that are more positive in nature, or you can take positive or negatives from it. You know, anyone can take positive and negative from anything. But if you can take a positive understanding from that, you take that wisdom and that understanding. And either way, masculine energy, if you need masculine energy, you might create or you might find that space within society through music, artists, paintings, music, like instruments or anything like that. You can bridge that understanding, and you haven't got quite mastered it all because you might be here, but you will, when you get there, you'll get it. And it's almost like a rise to that, and then it comes together for you. So when it comes to relationships, like making sure that you meet him halfway, you're telling him you're sure, all my single ladies, and then that also that you're replaceable. I can, because this is my tree, so you're replaceable if you don't want to rise with me. Okay, this is kind of how we can come to an understanding of cult topics and music, and understand aspects of peers within society and archetypal energies. I've just realised my battery is nearly dead, so I'm going to quickly go through this and finish it off. So this is how we can understand stepping into that energy and rising through Beyonce's songs, right? So we have another one, which is I want to run and smash into you. Right, so obviously there takes a time to rise with your person, your partner, and you need a masculine or a feminine together who know what they're doing to rise in this energy. And you know, you might need a tutor to do this, somebody who's done it before, right? So you have to go to obviously understand what your dominancy is. Are you feminine or are you more masculine? Which one is you? Because I'm feminine archetypal energy, so I'll sit here and just kind of wait for him to come along. So you can rise in those energies of an aspect of beauty. So this is beauty, this is our physical bodies. This is what we can do, this is what we can achieve, this is what we look like. This is kind of like the middle point, this is our intelligence. We're meeting each other in the middle. This is kind of like that position as well, but this is pertaining to soul relationships, and just relationships in general, but also intimate ones, because there's only so far you can rise with somebody. You can rise with somebody in many ways, so we'll just stick to that. You can rise with somebody in many ways, but this is like a soulmate type connection because of the songs. So yeah, this will get into the next one that I want to say lastly, quickly, is that I want to run and smash into you. What's she saying? She wants to run, and then she goes up, and then smash into you. So she's like standing here, and he's standing here, and then you smash into each other, like in a loving way. I know what I want. I just see you smash into you, and then rise. Okay, I see you for who you are, because we already distinguish this at beauty. We already know who we are. Okay, and this is where you can rise up to this aspect, separate, and then come back together again, smash into you, and then what do? You rise together. Okay, because we can see our flaws, our I do energy, our what this is committed, what we can commit to each other, like what we bring to the table. Okay, in aspects of judgment and support. So we can do that here as well. Okay, you can go together as well in certain aspects. It depends on like what needs to be done type thing, but it all needs to be sort of done to get to there, because it's an aspect of knowing. But you can go to I do and reach each other there. So after you've done this, you can go I do understand you, I do feel your energy, I want to run and smash into you. So it's a different kind of one. This is love, this is I do. So you're already acting like that when you're here. If you know you can do this with somebody else, you damn sure well know you can do it here. It takes dedication and support. It takes an aspect of judgment, self-judgment as well. Am I being good to this person? Da-da-da. And you'll alternate your roles, because it works both ways. And then you can rise to those aspects of understanding. I'm gaining wisdom from this experience with this person. I'm gaining understanding with this experience with this person, and then it alternates. So it will flip, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you can love. You come to a space of loving, and then, but you can do and smash into each other like that. So this is kind of like how I explained smashing the crown concept, because you can do it as a together concept as well with somebody else. And it's not necessarily a negative thing. It's actually a very wholesome thing. But you will already know if you can do that with somebody, I believe. You can work on this though. But I also think as well, you know if you can do that with somebody, because you rose to this first initially to be able to understand whether you could do it or not. And I think these can all turn it, as I've said. But anyway, that's it. That's my little analogy on Beyonce, a couple of Beyonce songs, because I can sort of like feel into her energy. That's South Node Sun. So what is this? It's almost like she can cradle me. Like my nana, she had a son Virgo. She cradled me, okay? And I've met other people who have Virgo sons as well, and they cradle me a lot in understanding my South Node, like remembering. So, because if I fall back into my South Node, there's always somebody there. So it's like that kind of analogy, even if it's just through music. She's an archetypal, feminine, strong energy, right? She possesses that. And it's not always about criticism. It's about understanding from a position of a different place. So this is another thing as well when she does this concept, and she does it over her head. It's not about an Illuminati. That's a bit weird. It's a Kabbalic understanding, because the Illuminati has a lot of strings to it, but it might not necessarily be what you think it is, because this is different. And I think this is where she's coming from with this. Understanding, wisdom. So this is like a masculine, feminine archetypal energy through love, and you rise to I do crown. I am safe. I am secure. You know, she's taken that. It's not a witchery concept, I think, when it relates to her, because why would she do that over her head if it's witchery? Doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense to for me to understand what her abbreviations are about, but it does in this context with the Kabbalah, because she says, I understand. She comes from that place to wisdom as well. No one's perfect. We all learn through those life placements, and we learning together though, and sometimes it's challenging, sometimes we're supportive, but sometimes it's challenging at the same time. We have to rise through that so we can reach a crown, which is a knowing. It's a I know energy, but she would have already known that all along intuitively, because that's why she chose him. That's why. Okay, so she stuck with him because she chose him as well. She felt into that energy, and then asked him to come with her, type thing, on the single ladies. And then smash into you. Like, this is how she's explaining, almost like it's almost like her. I don't know. I don't really want to say too much about it, but it's almost like I can feel and understand through a Kabbalic understanding. I don't even know if she is, if she understands. I don't know anything, if she knows anything about this, but I'm just going to bring it to you like this. I don't want to insult her or anything like that. You know, I think she's a wonderful woman, and she's very hardworking. And, you know, she's done this. She's reached it. And she's telling us that's the answer. I know. Innocence. You know, that's why she lets her children do it. I know. Okay? Love. Justice. Equality. That's what she's doing. Anyway, that's my opinion. You know, she might come out and say, no, it's not. But that's how I see her. That's how I can understand her. And I know from a South Node to conjunct her sun. Okay? Her sun sign. Her, the sun in astrology. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about that. I wanted to break this down a little bit. And if you like my content, like and subscribe. And my name is Gemma Haley. I'm a criminologist. I'm an advanced occultist. And I'm mother of 2. Take care.